Well, hello there, and welcome back to Sleepytime Corner. I'm Arthur Fezziwig, and I'm so glad you're here with me by the fire tonight. Together we'll journey underground, where a busy community is hard at work. But one little ant is about to discover that sometimes the biggest feelings can lead to the most surprising places. So, snuggle into your favorite cozy spot, and let's begin.
The Angry Ant. Written and illustrated by Gina Everly. Story and narration by Arthur Fezziwig.
Once upon a time, beneath the roots of a great old oak tree, there lived a bustling ant colony. The tunnels hummed with footsteps, lanterns glowed softly, and lines of ants marched back and forth, carrying crumbs, seeds, and flower petals to keep their home bright and beautiful. In the cool mornings, dew dripped from the roots like tiny bells, and the earth smelled warm and sweet. Lantern glow made the walls shimmer golden, and the tap-tap-tap of little feet kept time like a gentle song. Every ant had a job to do. Some carried food, some polished walls, some cared for the youngest ants. Some loved the steady rhythm of marching. Others enjoyed sorting seeds by shape and size. But one of the newest, smallest recruits was still learning where he fit in. His name was Gordon. One morning, the queen ant announced, "You will carry crumbs. You will fetch leaves. You will polish the tunnels." Then her eyes landed on Gordon. "Gordon," she declared, "you shall clean the leaf debris at the tunnel entrance so the bigger ants may pass through quickly." The others nodded and hurried off to their duties. But Gordon's feelers dropped. The entrance meant wind in his face, scratchy bits underfoot, and voices coming from every direction at once. He swallowed hard and nodded, but his chest already felt too tight. He tried anyway. He swept and pushed at the piles of leaf bits, but the wind blew more in. Ants brushed past with heavy loads, and the noise grew louder and louder until Gordon's chest felt tight, his fists clenched, and his head thumped like a drum. The piles seemed to grow faster than he could sweep. Every time he cleared one space, 3 more filled in. He tried counting his sweeps, 1, 2, 3, but footsteps and "Hurry, hurry!" and "Watch out!
Watch out!"
jumbled the numbers in his head. The more he hurried, the louder the world became. No, Gordon did not like this job, not one bit. Finally, when no one was looking, Gordon slipped away. Down a narrow passage, around a stone, and through a tiny gap, he scurried into a secret room he had dug for himself. It was his hideaway. Inside, it was calm, quiet, The floor was soft with moss, the walls dotted with shiny pebbles in gentle rows, and petals scented the air. Cool air drifted in from a tiny crack, and a drip somewhere far away kept slow, sleepy time. It was the kind of quiet that made shoulders lower all by themselves. The moss felt like soft pillows under his feet, and the petals carried the faint smell of honey. Gordon had even built a little bench from bark, just right for resting. He sat, resting his palms on his knees, and counted 3 soft breaths. In, 2, 3, out, 2, 3, until the thumping in his head faded to a hush. Here, the world wasn't too much. Here, Gordon could breathe. Day after day, when the noise and bustle became too heavy, Gordon would retreat to his little sanctuary, smoothing the moss, arranging stones, and whispering, "Here I don't have to be angry. Here I can just be me." But one afternoon, a group of curious young ants followed his tiny footsteps, left at the crack, right at the stone, through the secret gap, and right into his room. They gasped,
"Oh, look what he's made!"
Gordon spun around, his chest burning.
"No, get out! This is mine! Please leave me alone!"
The other ants froze. The room was still as a held breath. One young ant slowly set down her crumb and said softly,
"We're sorry. We didn't know this was your quiet place."
Gordon stood defiant, arms crossed, one eye squeezed shut in a scowl, but the other peeking nervously at them. At last he spoke in a trembling voice.
"I get too mad out there. It's loud and busy, and nobody listens. My head gets full and my body feels like it will burst. So I made this room. It helps me feel calm. When everything comes at me at once, my thoughts get tangled. But here, they line up in gentle rows, like the pebbles on the wall."
The other ants looked around at the moss, the pebbles, the petals. One whispered,
"It's beautiful."
Another said,
"Sometimes I get tired too."
A third added,
"If the big ants sat here, maybe their feet would stop aching."
Gordon blinked.
You think this could help everyone?"
They nodded.
"Yes, let's make it even better."
So they brought more moss and stones and petals, and for the first time Gordon wasn't working alone. Together they built a sanctuary where any ant could rest when the world felt too heavy. They pressed round stones where echoes liked to bounce, and tucked moss where feet got sore. Someone brought petals that smelled like sunshine. Someone else smoothed a path so even tired legs could find the bench. When the queen came, she stepped inside and smiled.
"Gordon,"
she said,
"I gave you the wrong job, and I'm sorry I didn't see what you needed to do your best. This room you made is a gift. Peace for busy hearts. From this day forward, you shall be our keeper of quiet. Any ant may come here to rest, and those who wish may help you care for it. And Gordon, once called the angry ant, smiled wide and bright. He still had big feelings sometimes, but now he had a place and a purpose. Sometimes a very small ant would wander in with wobbly steps and sit beside him without a word. Gordon would smile and tap the bench once, twice, 3 times, slow and steady, until 2 heartbeats found the same calm rhythm. And Gordon learned that being understood can feel just as powerful as being strong. The end. And so, my friends, we learn that anger often hides deeper feelings, and with understanding, those feelings can be turned into something wonderful. Remember, believe in yourself, trust those who love you, and dream big. One day you may soar as high as the stars. Sleep well, my friends, until we meet again. Good night.